Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to episode 3 of the Mindset and Muscle podcast. So far, it's been more so mindset still. The muscle side of it is going to come a little bit later just because it's more like holiday season. A lot of it is mindset right now, but don't fret, the muscle part is going to come. I'm Keshi, and today we're talking about morning and evening routines, just routines in general. I'm going to give you a few ideas of things that you could add to have a productive morning and evening routine, as well as how to stick to one, how to stick to a routine. If right now you're just kind of winging things in the morning and waking up like 10 minutes before you have to go to work. Anyway, so you can definitely switch things around based on the list that I'm going to give you, depending on how much time you have in the morning versus evening, but it's really, really important to have 3 things. 1, a hobby that keeps you fit, a hobby that makes you money, and a hobby that makes your soul happy. So make sure you include those as well in your routine so you don't miss out and end up having days and days without doing those. So the first thing is the morning routine. I would say, first of all, don't wake up just 5 to 10 minutes before you have to go to work. There's no reason to do that. Like, just go to bed earlier so you can wake up at least 30 minutes before you have to go to work, so you can have some of those incorporated in it and have a slower morning. You don't need to wake up and already feel rushed, okay? So one thing, or the first thing that I do when I wake up, is to write 3 things that I'm grateful for every day. And I try to change this up. I try to change things up every day. And sometimes I might come back to it. For example, when I'm saying I'm grateful for my family and my parents, I'm not going to be grateful for them for just one day, right? But I can't just say grateful for my family every day. So even if it's been a whole week of me feeling grateful about them, I try to either find like other things, and there's so many things to be grateful for, so it's not hard. Or even if I have to repeat grateful for my family, then I just go into more detail. Why am I grateful for them today? There's so many reasons, but give me one reason today. And some days it might be for how supportive they are, and I might talk about a situation in which they supported me, like physically, they supported me emotionally, kind of those things. But just go into a little bit more detail so you actually feel grateful. So it's not just to put out on paper, but you actually feel that gratitude for those people or those things in your life. And then after that, I write my to-do list for the day. You can do that the night before, and maybe read it in the morning or something. I like doing it in the morning. It just takes me a couple minutes. I write a few things that I'd like to get done. I don't always get everything done. I do like to write a little bit more, but now that I've come to terms with the fact that I like pushing myself a little, so even if I don't finish everything, I'm not beating myself up over it. If you're somebody who tends to be hard on yourself for not completing your whole to-do list, then put a lot fewer things on it, so you are sure you'll be able to do it. And while you're trying to build your routine, that might be things that you would add to that to-do list, right? If you're trying to read a little bit before bed, you'll read 10 pages or things like that. As well, after that, I also write affirmations every morning. I've been doing that. I don't know if I'll keep writing them every morning, or sometimes I'll just go back and read some. I think I will still have I will definitely still have some sort of affirmations every day, but I might change it up. Some days I will write it, because if I have new things that come to mind. Some days I will read something that I've written before. Some days maybe I will just visualize and listen to affirmations on YouTube, or just play like a peaceful sound of music and just visualize the things that I'm affirming. I might just say it out loud to myself. I recorded one of the affirmations that I wrote. Recording affirmations, I really like it because then it's my own voice talking back at me, saying things like, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I have this and I have that I'm wanting to manifest in my life right now. So definitely do affirmations in one way or another as well. And I also like to go to the gym in the morning. I've been doing that right now. I do work at 8. My work starts at 8. So right now I'm waking up at 5:15 a.m. And then I spend like 15 minutes kind of doing all the things I mentioned before. Then I go to the gym. Then I get ready to go to the gym and I work out from like 6 to 7. And then I get home. I live like only like 7 minutes from the gym that I'm going to right now. So then I was able to really kind of get everything done, and I come back and I already have all my clothes and my food kind of prepped, so I just need to like shower and just get ready quickly. I don't take a long time at all to go to work. But I'm gonna be changing gyms soon because I got out of this relationship, so now I'm gonna go somewhere else for the gym. But I might not be able to go to the gym in the morning then, because that would mean either I have to wake up earlier, which I could. I don't mind waking up as early as 5 a.m., but if it's earlier than this, then I'd rather just go to the gym in the evening, because I don't really want to go to bed at 9 or before 9. 9 is really the earliest that I want to have to go to bed. Still have those 8 hours. So anyway, I might have to change the gym for the evening, because also when it starts to snow here and the roads get really bad, it might just take me longer to get to work and things like that. So if that doesn't work out, if the gym doesn't work out in the morning, although I really, really do prefer going in the morning, for winter I'll just go in the evening, and that's okay too. That's also what I mean by switching things around. Maybe by the time this video comes out, I will actually be going to the gym in the evening. But things that I would say you should do in the morning, really the gratitude, the affirmations, because I feel like when we wake up, I heard that our brain is like still kind of like mushy at this point, really like absorbing everything. Whether it is or not, it's always better to just be having those like gratitude moments and like affirmations and giving yourself those like positive thoughts instead of just going on Instagram. Because whether it is true or not that we're absorbing more of those in the morning, we all know how bad it is if you just go on social media and just see stuff that doesn't make you super happy, or just makes you insecure, or just makes you feel sad or mad or things like that. We don't want that early in the morning. Like, you just don't want to wake up to those things. I have my phone on do not disturb from, I would say, like 30 minutes before I go to bed until like maybe I'm at the gym usually. But it could be a little bit before, a little bit after, but kind of like 30 minutes before I go to bed and 30 minutes after I wake up, at least, I have my phone on do not disturb. I don't need most of like random texts or random notifications and things like that. You can always, on do not disturb, when I tell people that, they're like, what if there's an emergency or something? You can always add numbers of those people that you want to still be able to receive on that mode. So like, you can make it work. Don't use that as an excuse to just get every notification ever. I also have notifications on my phone just turned off for a lot of things anyway, like Instagram. Like, when I want to go on Instagram, I'll go and like I'll see what's happening, but I don't need Instagram to tell me everything that's happening at every point during the day. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent now. Evening routine ideas. I have a lot more for the evening routine, but I would say the reason I have it like this is just based on my morning routine. And the fact that I don't expect most people to want to give themselves too much time in the morning. You could add reading in the morning. That would be a good thing too, if you also get it out of the way, if you're not really into reading. But if not, like for me, especially if I have the gym also in there, that's plenty for my morning routine before I go on to the world. So I keep a lot more of like the slowing down things, or even the work things, for the evening. So I keep a lot more for the evening, but you know, again, feel free to change things around. The first thing for the evening routine is showering and changing into comfy clothes. I like to shower a little later, because sometimes I like hot showers, but sometimes once I do that, I just turn into like sleep mode, or kind of just like evening routine mode, like kind of winding down to go to sleep. Even if I have like another hour and a half or another 2 hours, I don't want to do things that are like super active or super high energy at that point. So I like to like take a hot shower a little bit later and then just like wear like cozy, really cozy clothes, comfortable clothes. But whether you do that first thing when you get home from work or after, still have 1 hour per day of working on a hobby that makes you money. That's very important if you want to make a lot of money, if you want to have a side hustle, if you want to build your business, if you want to have like something, like if you want to create content, like whatever it is, spend 1 hour a day on that. I don't think 1 hour is too much. You can always take it as an average. You're saying like 5 hours, like from Monday to Friday, and then allocate like more hours during the weekend or something. And then if you can't do like 1 hour a day, just like, you know, just like on average have 5 hours during that Monday to Friday. But I think it's just easier to keep it consistent and have around like an hour a day that you just like block out, and that's your time to work on yourself. Again, if you have something all evening, it's fine. Like you can still catch up later, I guess, or like work more on your business on another day, and that's okay. But see how often that's happening, because if you're making money for you as a priority in your life, then you should put energy into that, right? Instead of just trying to like push it for the next day and the next day and the next day and things like that. So really important, 1 hour every day or every evening to work on a hobby that makes you money, whether that's creating content, whether that's Amazon FBA, whatever it is, drop shipping, whatever it is, at least 1 hour. For a hobby that makes your soul happy, I don't think you have to do that every day. It depends on what it is. But for example, there was a point where I used to do heel dancing, and I would only have that like once a week or sometimes twice, and that would be okay too. And then maybe you have a few things that makes your soul happy. So you can have something every day. Again, it really depends on what it is for this one, but make sure you're still doing it in an amount that's keeping your soul happy. That's what I'm gonna say. Let me know if that doesn't make sense. But basically, if it's something that if it's an activity that you have to go out and pay per session and things like that, maybe once a week is all you need. Maybe it's something that you do at home, like practicing an instrument. Maybe you do a little bit every day. You know, like it depends on the activity, really, on the hobby, but do it for the minimum amount of time that it makes you happy, at least. Make sure you still give time for the other two hobbies, the hobby that makes you or keeps you fit, so the gym, or whatever other exercise you want to do, and the hobby that makes you happy, the hobby that makes you money. So all three of those, hobby that keeps you fit, hobby that makes you happy, and hobby that gives you money. Again, make sure you incorporate that in your routines. Very important things to prepare things for the next day so you're not rushed, especially if you don't have a lot of time in the morning and you're like adding things for your morning routine. So you might want to prepare things for the next day, whether that is having your lunch ready. If you meal prep, that's going to make things even easier, but just kind of just like having everything, your cutlery and everything ready. Your clothes, if you have to go to the gym in the morning, leave your clothes out there for both the gym and also for work. And then what else can you prepare for the day? Just like whatever you need to prepare. Like if you don't like waking up to a dirty sink, then put the dishes in the dishwasher and put the dishwasher on, or wash the dishes or something before. Whatever is going to make your morning easier. It's always good to kind of like spoil future you. Like we say, I just heard this saying about how you can do something easy now and make your life harder later, or you can do something hard now and make your future life easier. So after hearing this, now I'm more likely to just immediately, when I'm like choosing clothes to wear, immediately putting everything else back that I'm not wearing instead of leaving it on my bed. So preparing things for the next day. I did talk about putting your phone on do not disturb. I would say put it on do not disturb for an hour before you go to bed, actually, not even 30 minutes. An hour, and then you can still be on your phone, because you can still like look for it, right? When it's in focus mode, like I don't know for Android, but I know for iPhones, you can still see if you got a message or something like that. You're just not like beeping at you left and right. So I would say like I put it on do not disturb an hour before I go to bed, and then I put my phone away 30 minutes before I go to bed, and then I do my reading. So use do not disturb focus mode. You can customize it to have you need it to be, but that's very important. And then reading. So you can read in the morning, you can add that in the morning, but I like to read before I go to bed, even if sometimes I feel like, oh, I just want to go to bed right now. So like if you're like that and you fall asleep like me, like instantly, you could read in the morning. But a lot of people also have trouble sleeping, right? So then reading at night, that's gonna help you fall asleep quicker and have a better sleep quality as well. And read nonfiction if you can, because self-development. And then meditate, that's also something that you can do either in the morning or in the evening. So right now I'm doing it before I go to bed, but I might switch it up and actually have it in the morning. I feel like I like meditating in the morning too, or some people do both. You can do 10 minutes when you wake up and 10 minutes before you go to bed. I haven't really been meditating more than 10 minutes for now because I went months without meditating, so I'm just getting back to it. I'm just starting slow. Affirmations, I do those in the morning, but if you don't, then you can have those in the evening as well. And with affirmation also comes visualization for your goals and your dreams and things that you want to manifest in your life. For the planning, I also talked about how I make my little plan for the day in the morning, but another option is to make it in the evening. But then if you have everything in the evening, it really adds up, right? Then you have a lot on your list to do and it might seem overwhelming. So make sure you put a lot of those whenever you have more time, whenever you feel less rushed. But as long as you get to a lot of those that you want to implement in your life, plan it out like you want. And then you can play some relaxing music, or you can turn on, if you have a diffuser with like the essential oils, and then you can do that and you journal. Journaling is super important too, and it helps me so much. It's like therapy at some point. I went to my therapist appointment today. I hadn't been in like months. I don't like I feel like people are gonna get mad if I say I don't need it. Like I don't need it all the time. Like even today, after that session that I needed to kind of rearrange my thoughts after the breakup and things like that, I had journaled like 5 pages worth of things, just because my thoughts tend to just go all over the place when I go to speak to her. So today I made sure to kind of like have a focus. But at the end of the session, she asked me if I wanted to book another one, and I asked her because she knows me by now, and when I feel like I might need it or not. I didn't think I needed another session, so I still asked her, what do you think? And she said, I think you're okay. I don't think you need another session right now. You kind of like got this. But I'm also here at any point if you need it. So then I also kind of realized that journaling is helping me in terms of therapy a lot. So that like mild therapy, that therapy will still be helpful either way, right? Like even if I'm not like in dire need of it, it would still be helpful. But because I'm journaling so much, it's really helping me kind of like put those thoughts out there. So unless I'm in a situation when I'm feeling like very much overwhelmed that I need somebody else, then I always go back. And like therapy again is, I'm not saying it's not important, like it's very important. There's just things that I've already healed a lot. So I've just really been working on myself for a while, and like slowly it started making sense to me, and slowly I started being able to kind of put my own thoughts and on paper rather than with somebody, and it's helping me a ton. So either way, I don't know if that made a ton of sense what I was saying, but basically journaling is super helpful and is really a form of therapy in a way. Once you start writing, I feel like the words flow. If they don't, that's okay. Keep doing it. I journal about whatever's been bothering me, but also I journal about what I want my life to look like. I have 2 different journals actually. I don't know why, but I just don't want like those things bothering me to be in the same journal as my dreams and goals. I want the other one to be really positive. I don't know, I see it has like such a great energy. Might just be in my mind, but I just want to keep one of them as something that's like in the past and the other one as something that's in the future. Like that's our work in progress. But you can have one journal or two or however many you like. But just, yeah, journaling really helps. You can do that before you go to bed too. Now, how to stick to a routine. The important thing is to take baby steps. Don't try to implement everything at once. I talked about so many things today. If you try to just do all of those on the list, like practicing gratitude, going to the gym, meditating, trying to manifest, like affirmations, just like putting your phone away, planning, you're gonna feel so overwhelmed, and you're gonna do it for a day or two, and then you're gonna stop everything. Just take baby steps, find 2 or 3 things that you really would like to improve on, and add those. So I would say the first thing, if you had to choose one, is to really fix your sleep schedule. A lot of us are not getting enough sleep, and a lot of us are boasting about it. I'm like, especially in college, people are like, oh, I only got 4 hours of sleep. Oh, you got 4 hours? I only got 2. You got 2 hours. I got like a solid like 7 minutes of sleep. Like, that's not fun. That's not anything to like, that's not a flex. Like, what are you talking about? Just go to bed. So sleep between like try to get an average of like 8 hours of sleep, like 7 to 9. I feel like if I get anything less than 7, even 7, I'm kind of like, my body's like, it's okay, but don't keep doing this. If I get 6 hours, I'm already too tired. So try to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but like try to get 8 at least every day. And then there are some things out of those that you might already be doing. So you might already be going to the gym, or you might already be eating. Hopefully you're eating, and you might already be reading a little bit. So just staying consistent with those. And if you do those just at random points during the day, try to set a consistent time for it. Like, for example, if you're a reader, it's fine if you read all the time. But I'm just saying, like, try to implement some things in your evening routine too, just so that when you add new things, you're not taking away from that reading. For example, if you don't put it in that evening routine and you try to implement all those new things, you might just not have time to read anymore. And then, like, we don't want to go backwards, right, in those things that we're already doing that are great for the body and the soul and everything. So staying consistent and doing those at like a similar time in your routine, that would be great. Adding 2 to 3 small things. For example, you could add like gratitude, manifesting, and the gym once a week or twice a week. And then if that works for a couple weeks, then you can either, at first I would say, like, every week look back at what you've done, and then add one more thing whenever you can. Like, it doesn't have to be every week, it could be every couple weeks you add one more thing. But you can even meditate it, and you can just like start with 5 minutes and then work your way up. You can have like 6-7 minutes and then 10 minutes. Or going to the gym, it can be, instead of once a week, it can be twice a week now. Try to add things slowly into your routine until it becomes a habit, and you can add some more. And do what's best for you, for your schedule, and for your goals. So my goals are really improving myself in every aspect of it, like physically, mentally, spiritually. So that's why all of those are super important for me. Like physically, like going to the gym is very important to me. Mentally, like reading books is super important. Spiritually, those like affirmations and manifesting are important for me. But look at what you want to achieve and also what your schedule looks like, and adapt it in that way. Nobody else's morning or evening routine online is going to be perfect for you, just how it is. You like move things around, add things, remove things, do what works for you. And if you wake up 10 minutes before you head out, like I said before, why? I just want to take a moment to just actually ask you why, and to just keep you a little bit more accountable on what you're doing. Do you have big dreams? Do you have big goals? Then why do you start the day with just rushing? You're rushing to just go work for somebody else. Like, maybe you want to have your own business and be your own boss, right? Why don't you just start the day with at least 15 minutes of just it being yourself, just not rushing, just taking it slow. It's so important for me to be able to live that like slow, gentle life. Yeah, I want to achieve a lot of big goals, but I don't believe in having to always be hustling and like working 16-hour a day. Like if that's your vibe, that's okay, but that honestly that's not mine. I've tried that before and I just burn out so quickly. I want a soft life. I want it to come, like I want to put in the work, yes, but I want it to come to me in a way that works for me and works for my schedule and allows me to still enjoy my life and my family, you know. So starting the day slow for me helps a lot in not feeling like everything is just hustle hustle. So yeah, again, the first part of your day should be yours. No rush, just like peace and quiet, especially if you wake up earlier. There's just nobody else. It's so quiet, it's so peaceful. It's amazing. It's amazing. And that's everything. And the last note I have on here is to put your phone on do not disturb again, but I mentioned that before. So yeah, that was kind of an idea of what you could have for your morning and evening routine to have a productive morning and evening routine, but also just how to kind of like make a route, like stick to a routine and make it work for you. Hopefully that was helpful and you found some things that you could start implementing. Let me know how you found it. Let me know how you're finding the podcast so far. The video and the sound is still that quality because I'm filming this video and even the next video still just on those headsets while I'm waiting for the new mic and the new equipment to come in. So hopefully after next video, like not the next video, but after that, from episode 5, I believe, the quality should be better. So I'm sorry if you're hearing things in the background. I'm sorry if my voice is not super clear, if it's too loud, or I don't know what it is. But yeah, just stick with me as we get those better. But let me know still how it is, like if everything is if anything is bothering you. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you, and I really hope to be building a community soon around here. And yeah, I will see you in the next episode. Bye.